Here are the test scores for the guy you filled out the form for. He scored a B minus. This guy is a risky bet. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10-dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10-dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He is not likely to go far in his career, even if he sometimes talks like he will. He works hard at tasks he's given, but when it comes to stepping up, taking charge, or handling big obstacles, he tends to back away. He may spend time dreaming or talking about what he wants to do, but he struggles to take big, bold actions.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he is more likely to break down rather than bounce back. He struggles to handle stress and can become easily upset or overwhelmed when faced with problems. You might notice him taking things personally or becoming moody, making it harder for him to recover quickly.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
People at work usually find him polite and easy to get along with because he avoids arguments and treats others with respect. He rarely starts fights or creates drama. Instead, he prefers to keep things peaceful and might even go out of his way to be nice. However, since he doesn't stand up for himself much, some people may overlook him or not take him seriously.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
He will not feel challenged or insecure if you do well in your career. Instead, he's likely to quietly support you and be happy for your achievements, even if he doesn't show his excitement in a big way. He doesn't tie his self worth to being more successful than you, so your progress won't make him feel small or threatened.
What if you start earning more than him?
He is not the type to secretly resent you or feel insecure if you earn more than him. Instead, he will quietly accept it and won't see your higher income as a threat to his pride. He is gentle and polite by nature, and he doesn't base his self worth on money or status in the relationship.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He is not very organized with money, so he may spend without thinking things through. When he sees something beautiful or interesting, he might buy it on impulse, and you could notice small splurges here and there. If you want someone who tracks every rupee or sets strict financial goals, he might struggle with that.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He usually lives within his means and doesn't go out of his way to show off or pretend to be richer than he is. Most of the time, he enjoys simple, beautiful things and finds happiness in small moments rather than spending just to impress others. If you dream of a partner who is down to earth and not chasing status, he generally fits that role.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He is generally open handed and kind, especially when it comes to caring for others or enjoying special moments. He likes to share what he has and does not cling tightly to his money or resources, so you might find that he is generous with gifts or thoughtful gestures. His kindness is genuine. If someone needs a helping hand, he's more likely to say yes than hold back.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He is likely to be open and honest about money, not secretive or controlling. He doesn't like conflict or drama, so he usually prefers to keep things simple and clear in conversations about finances. His easygoing nature means he doesn't try to control what you spend or make strict rules about finances.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He's not the type to insist that housework is only your job. He doesn't have a bossy attitude and he prefers peace over arguments about chores. You might need to gently remind or guide him about sharing housework, but he won't resist or complain.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He is willing to help with chores and even with things like diapers if you ask him, but he probably won't jump in on his own or take full charge. He does not have a controlling or bossy style, so you won't find him supervising you or giving instructions from the side. He might miss things that need doing unless you point them out, but he tries to do his part kindly when asked.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He is not the type to argue just to prove he's right. Instead, he tends to listen politely and doesn't like getting into fights or heated debates. If you speak kindly and give him space, he'll be open to understanding you, even if he doesn't have strong opinions of his own.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he almost always stays respectful and avoids saying hurtful things or acting aggressive. Instead of shouting or losing control, he's more likely to become quiet, withdraw, or keep his feelings inside. He values politeness and would rather step away from a conflict than let anger get the best of him.
Does he have a bad temper?
Yes, he does get angry quickly, but his anger mostly comes out as sulking, sadness, or quiet withdrawal rather than shouting or fighting. He's sensitive and may get upset over small things, even if he doesn't always show it loudly. This can feel uncomfortable because you might sense tension or distance without knowing what triggered it.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He finds it hard to say sorry right away or openly take responsibility when things go wrong. Most of the time, he won't directly blame you or pick fights, but instead, he might get quiet, pull away, or act hurt. It's rare for him to lash out and throw blame, but you may have to be patient for him to come around and admit when he's wrong.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
Yes, he will respect your boundaries and understands that no means no. He is polite by nature and does not like to force or pressure anyone, especially those he cares about. You can trust that your wishes and personal space will be taken seriously with him.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, he is likely to take it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy, even if he doesn't say it out loud. He tends to be sensitive and can feel hurt or rejected easily, so moments like this might make him withdraw or go quiet. He struggles to talk about what's bothering him, so you might be left guessing why he seems down after you say no.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
Yes, you can trust him to handle private moments with care and he will not use them to hurt or embarrass you later. He values politeness and treats what happens between you with respect, making sure your trust isn't broken. Even if he feels upset, he's much more likely to withdraw quietly than lash out or spread gossip.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is more likely to be faithful than to be easily distracted by other women. He doesn't seek excitement or rush into new adventures, so he tends to stay loyal once he's committed. While he might admire beauty, he doesn't act on impulses or put your relationship at risk.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
He's not over possessive, and you shouldn't expect jealous or controlling behavior from him. He prefers to avoid drama and doesn't have the urge to keep tabs on where you go or who you talk to. If you need space or independence, he is one of the safer choices. He values peace over possessiveness.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
No, his protective nature is not a sign of a controlling personality. He isn't the type to control where you go, what you wear, or who you talk to, all in the name of protecting you. If he worries about you, it comes more as quiet concern rather than bossy instructions.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He won't expect you to do everything, but he also may not step up on his own without reminders. He's not the type to insist that parenting is only your job, and he'll quietly help if you ask him. He prefers harmony over arguments, so he'll try to keep things fair if you bring it up.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he is more likely to stay calm than lose his temper. He may feel hurt or disappointed inside, but he tends to keep his feelings quiet rather than shout or scold. If a problem arises, he might become silent or withdrawn instead of reacting with anger.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
Yes, he will support your role as both a mother and your own person. He's not threatened by your independence or your choices, and he won't try to put you in a box. While he may not always notice when you are stretched thin, he's willing to help if you ask him directly.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later, after kids and marriage, change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
No, he's not the kind of man who will support your career now and then pressure you to quit once you have a child. He doesn't try to control your choices or limit your independence. He's usually happy for you to follow your own path, both before and after kids. If you want to keep your job, explore new things, or take a break, he will quietly support whatever makes you happiest.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He will treat your parents politely and with respect, but may not show deep warmth or closeness. His manners are good, so you can count on him to be thoughtful and avoid any rudeness or unpleasantness when your parents are around. If you hope for more warmth, sometimes a gentle suggestion or helping him feel comfortable can bring out a little extra care. He is much more likely to try to adjust to your family than to expect them to change for him.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he will handle it calmly and avoid making things worse. He's not the type to react with anger or get caught up in loud disagreements. You'll probably need to take the lead if boundaries need to be set or tough decisions have to be made.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
He is not the type to insist you become a traditional supportive wife just to please his relatives, nor is he likely to pressure you to change who you are in front of others. He values peace more than strict customs, so he won't push strong expectations on you. He won't scold or force you if you don't fit a certain mold, and he's unlikely to lecture you about tradition either.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension, he will most likely stay out of it rather than openly support you or side with his family. He doesn't like conflict and prefers to keep things peaceful, so you might see him become quiet or step back during family disagreements. If you want clear support during tough times, you'll probably need to ask for it directly and guide him gently.
Say you have a conflict with his mother. What will this guy do?
He is not strongly a mummy's boy, but he also isn't likely to choose your side openly in a conflict with his mother. He deeply values keeping peace in the family, so he will avoid taking sides to prevent arguments and hurt feelings. He won't scold or criticize you, but he's hesitant to stand up to his mother. especially in front of others.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
He is unlikely to share every detail of your fights or private life with his mother or sister. He prefers to keep things peaceful and avoid drama, so he usually keeps personal matters private instead of spreading them to others. If he's upset, he might become quiet or withdrawn, processing things alone rather than airing your issues with his family.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
Based on all we know about him, this guy is a B minus. This guy is a risky bet from a relationship perspective. Being with him day in and day out is like living in calm waters, steady, gentle, and mostly peaceful. He's polite, rarely raises his voice, and avoids arguments. So your home will feel safe from loud fights or harsh words.